An illegal immigrant couple with 4 Archer babies is fearful of deportation. The Boston Globe highlights in a piece about the family's unthinkable hardships. The piece titled "Parents Fearful of Deportation Makes Plans for Their Children" focuses primarily on the illegal immigrant couple who crossed the United States-Mexico border illegally from El Salvador with their 3-year-old just in time for the woman to give birth to their second child. Now the couple has 3 Archer babies together, and the woman just recently had another Archer baby with a different illegal alien father. The couple signing the paperwork were contemplating an unthinkable prospect for most parents. What would happen if they were deported? Would they leave their children in the United States or take them to a country they have never known? Stay together or separate, with the hope that the children will have more opportunity if they stay here. The 30-year-old woman and 37-year-old man who live in Western Massachusetts have 4 children together, 3 of whom were born in the United States. Neither parent is in the country illegally. The mother recently gave birth to her 5th child, whose father is also undocumented. There were an estimated 4.5 million United States-born children who were given birthright citizenship despite at least one of their parents being an illegal immigrant. These children are commonly known as Archer babies, as they are able to eventually bring an unlimited number of foreign relatives to the United States through the process known as chain migration. The Boston Globe report not only sheds light on the extent to which illegal immigrants cross into the United States to have Archer babies, but also on the low-wage lifestyle in which most illegal immigrants in the country live. For employees, the 12 to 30 million illegal alien population has meant a never-ending flow of cheap labor by illegal immigrants who are often paid off the books and with below market wages, keeping American wages stagnant for decades. As news reported, the US is nearly alone in granting citizenship to illegal aliens. For example, the US and Canada are the only 2 countries in the world with birthright citizenship. On the other hand, countries such as France, the UK, Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, Italy, and Germany have either outlawed birthright citizenship or never had such a policy to begin with. Well, I'll be damned. It turns out that Germany and the rest of Western Europe isn't as stupid as the US. They outlawed birthright citizenship, which is something that America needs to do ASAP. Now, did you hear in the beginning of the article where it states that this woman has just gave birth to her 5th fucking kid? The article never mentions what the father or fathers do for a living, and since they're here illegally, I assume that they don't have the best jobs in the world. So this woman has had 5 kids by 2 different men, and neither of the men work good, high-paying jobs in order to support these kids. So I can make an intelligent guess and say that this family is most likely getting some benefits from the government, i.e. food stamps, welfare, and other shit. I don't think I've never really talked about Archer babies before on this channel, and what better time than now? I think birthright citizenship is the most stupidest fucking policy that we have ever enacted in the United States. Another thing I find funny is that you have a lot of these illegal immigrants always making the claim that we white people should just go back to Europe and that this land belongs to Mexicans. But aren't all of us white people living in the United States Archer babies from our past ancestors? I think we are. Since America does have birthright citizenship, we white people were born here, so we're staying here. But of course, birthright citizenship only applies to Mexicans and other illegal immigrant children, not whitey. Now, I am in full support of deporting illegal immigrants and their spawn. And I love how this article tries to paint deportation as this evil and horrible act that's unthinkable. This is how far the left has fallen, people. They are calling deportation unthinkable, a horrific act, as though we are dragging these illegal immigrants off to fucking Auschwitz. Then in the article it says that these parents fear deportation because what's going to happen to their children when the parents are deported? Well, it's either they become a ward of the state or they will be deported back with you. Here's the problem. You see, these illegal immigrants talk about how it's unfair to deport kids back with their parents because the children have never known any land outside of the United States. Fair enough, right? But many of these illegal immigrant children who were brought here when they were about 5, 4, and 6 and higher And even that one illegal immigrant woman in California who was appointed to a government office, she was brought here to the United States when she was 14 years old. So her parents brought her to the United States when she never knew this land and she only knew Mexico. Wouldn't that be just as unfair? Well, no, because Mexico is a shithole. And to top it all off, she even admitted that she misses Mexico and how she would like to return someday. And I say that someday can't come soon enough. Yeah, she should be deported and the dumb fuck asshole who appointed her in the first place should be arrested. But that's not what this story is about. This story is about Archer babies and how that is a common practice among illegal immigrants to just pop out kids left to right in an attempt to not be deported, which in this case doesn't seem to have worked out very good. But another problem that arises from Archer baby madness is chain migration. You see, as they are able to eventually bring an unlimited number of foreign relatives to the United States through the process as chain migration. So the bullshit just keeps coming, doesn't it? Thankfully, President Trump is making a real effort to end this stupid policy, but what fucking stupid laws do we have here in the United States? Chain migration, birthright citizenship, catch and release. No wonder the rest of the world looks at us like we're fucking crazy. Not even Germany or the very liberal cucked UK has such stupid ass policies in place. But to be serious now, our immigration system is fucked up. Trump is doing his best and doing a good job on fixing it, but that will take time. Immigration reports already show that the border crossings are at their lowest since the 1970s. And obviously deportation and immigration arrests are at their highest since the early 2000s and the 1990s. And I have made an entire playlist dedicated to reporting on ICE officers arresting and deportating illegal immigrants. Links to those will be in the description. Now, we can't ever stop immigration, and I don't want to stop immigration. What I want to put a stop to is illegal immigration. I want to stop these illegal immigrants from abusing our system, and I sure as fuck want to stop the entitlement that a lot of these illegal immigrants have. But the real problem that mass illegal immigration has is with the economy and the American workers. For American employees, the 12 to 30 million illegal immigrant population has meant a never-ending flow of cheap labor by illegal immigrants who are often paid off the books and with below-market wages, keeping the American wages stagnant for years. So stopping this influx of millions of illegal immigrants and giving ICE officers the funding they need to do their jobs is crucial to the American economy, and we've been suffering from this for years. But people were too fucking scared to speak out against it in fear of being labeled a racist or some other stupid buzzword. Illegal immigration has damning effects, especially when it's mass illegal immigration. We have 12 to 30 million illegal immigrants in the United States as of right now. Though that number over time is decreasing with the efforts of ICE officers deportating, with border crossings at their lowest and all that shenanigans, there are still millions of illegal immigrants within the United States as we speak. But not to mention that, we have an entire political party dedicated to supporting and funding and making sure these illegal immigrants stay in the United States. The entire premise of having an Archer baby is that you have two illegal immigrants come here, they reproduce like fucking rabbits in order to avoid deportation because of their children. And the liberal left absolutely loves Archer babies because then they can grandstand saying that, oh, are you going to deport babies? Are you going to deport children? Yes, we are. You see, the thing is, again, it's against the law when it comes to illegal immigration. So you have the parents come here, they break the law. They might bring their children over with them who are also illegal immigrants. And the left wants to say, oh, are you going to deport these kids because of their actions of their parents? And yes, we are. You see, if you had someone rob a bank and then give that money to their kids, would it be unreasonable for the law enforcement to say, no, we're going to take that money from that kid? No, it wouldn't be, because it's still stolen money. So it doesn't matter if they're kids or not. They're still illegal immigrants, and they were brought here by their parents in an effort to, okay, fine, you want to give them a better life. I understand Mexico's a shithole. But on the same note, you have to respect our immigration laws in America. And you can't just think that you can just violate them and no consequences will be held against you. That has been the mindset and mentality for these illegal immigrants for decades now, because no one has been this publicly against illegal immigration as Donald Trump. Obama sure as hell wasn't. Bush was sure as hell wasn't. Clinton wasn't. President Donald Trump has made one of his key campaign strategies as targeting illegal immigration for deportation. And that won him a lot of votes, especially within the Rust Belt. Illegal immigration, especially mass illegal immigration, has damning effects either culturally, because you have a large amount of people coming into communities that do not fit that community, that do not understand the same lingo, culture, and the ways of doing things in that community. It's going to cause social alienation. But not only that, you're going to have an economic effect from mass immigration, which is lower wages because companies feel like they don't have to compete for workers anymore, that workers have to compete for jobs now, which never benefits the American worker. You see, if companies were competing for workers, the wages would be sky high. But since they don't have to do that because there's so many people and there's so much competition, especially you have all these illegal immigrants within the country that they can pay pennies on the dollar to, yeah, they're going to hire them because they can make more of a profit. They can have more of a return on their investment rather than hiring American workers. Mass immigration needs to stop. And if it means deporting little babies, then by all means, deport them. But that's it for this video. Peace out, guys.